Hey lovelies, it's me Tiffany, and I'm here to have another Housewives Discush Sesh. Try to say that 10 times fast. But anyways, I'm here to have another Housewives Discush Sesh with you about the Real Housewives of New York, the season 13 second episode. Because we're 2 episodes in now of the new season. So that's what we will be talking about today. I want to let you know that everything that I use on my face will be posted down below. So if you're wondering what I'm using today, be sure to check the description. And also subscribe to me if you want to be able to have like notifications of my new videos. So anyways, let's get into it and let's talk about the Real Housewives of New York, which is one of my favorite Housewives franchises, let me say. And before I even get into this one, I just want to tell you that I have recently gone back and started the Real Housewives of New York from season 1, episode 1. Just nothing can beat the first few seasons of like Housewives. I don't know. There's just something about them. But I just wanted to say, I'm rewatching them from the beginning and quite entertaining, to say the least. Okay, so this episode of The Housewives, we're on season 13, again, like I said, episode 2. So, we start out in the opening scene, they show Ebony, and Leah comes over to her apartment because they're going to discuss what Ebony's reaction, like, you know, what she thought of all the other wives after they went to Sonia's brunch at her townhouse. So that is where we are beginning today. And so when Leah knocks on the door, at first I was like, I didn't even notice it was her. I just noticed the big giant freaking bow on the side of her. What is up with that? I mean, I don't know. Do I not know fashion? Because to me, I was just like, what is she wearing? Like, seriously, girl, what are you wearing? That bow is so huge. And then she had, like, leggings on and Nikes. So it was like the top part was, I don't know, fashionable, high, you know, like, to me, like, something I'd see on a runway show. And then like the bottom part was like athleisure. I'm just, you know, running around freaking Central Park or something. I don't know. But I was just thrown off. I was like, what is this girl wearing? Although I did think that her Nikes were super cute. She was wearing some cute Nikes, but still, I did not understand that darn bow. It was so distracting at first. Just big and pink and just in your face. I don't know. I was distracted. Anyway, so Ebony starts to like show Leah her little, well, I can't say little, but to me it doesn't look little, but maybe in New York that would probably be little. I don't know. But she lives in Tribeca, which from watching all the Housewives seasons that I've watched, Tribeca looks like a fun place to live. But she, I don't think, was feeling it too much because she moved there basically for the guy that she was supposed to marry. And I guess like that's just not normally where she would live. I mean, New Yorkers are very particular about where they live, you know. So if you're an uptown person, like I feel like downtown just normally does not jive with them. Like the vibes are different or just the overall, you know, place. I don't know. I just feel like whenever I watch the show, it's like, if you are a downtown girl, you are a downtown girl. But if you are an uptown girl, then you're like an uptown girl. So, anyhow, just my thought. But I think that Ebony has some really nice views. Like, I liked her windows and stuff. Like, I don't know. It just looked like a nice, chic, little, cute, swanky apartment to me. Let me know what you thought of it. I want to know what your thoughts are. Did you find it as cute as what I did? Let me know. I would take it. I mean, if I lived in New York, I think that would be a nice little cute place to live. But then she goes on to tell like Leah about like the situation with the ex that she has, the one that has kids, that one, and how like she moved there for him, and then when like the COVID pandemic hit, he went back to New Jersey to like be with his family, and so she's hurt, you know, that she decided to uproot her life for a man that it didn't work out for. And I think anybody in that situation would probably feel the same. So even though it's a nice apartment, she does not sleep in the master bedroom because she just feels like it's like weird for her because it was supposed to be their place and she's there alone. So I guess my heart just goes out to her because that gotta be tough. Gotta be tough. Leah though, she's just like, I would bring different men here, knowing that this is all my ex's dime. Like, I'd be living it up. I'd bring other men into the master bedroom, have a good old time, if you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, and then they go on to talk about the brunch that was over at Sonia's. And basically I had to laugh because Ebony's reaction to Sonia was just exactly what I was expecting it to be. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, Sonia's a hot mess. She is. Could you imagine being in her brain and all of the ping-ponging that her brain must do on like a minute-to-minute basis? So yeah, I laughed when Ebony shared her opinions on that because that was exactly what I was expecting her reaction to basically be. Hot Mess Express Sonia. Toot toot. It's okay. I call myself the Hot Mess Express because I'm a hot mess too. People that know me know that I am not joking with that. Forgot concealer. BRB. BRB. Okay, now I'm back. Whoops. How could I forget concealer? This is such an important part of makeup. Okay, so, anyways, like I was saying, that her first impressions of them were basically like spot on for what I would think that somebody's first impressions would be. And then the comment, she also commented on like how Ramona was like, I feel an instant connection with you. She was like, yeah, that kind of came off fake. And knowing Ramona, I don't know what to make of it because it probably was. Ramona's just a trip. You just never know what that girl is gonna say or do. But I thought that she was pretty spot on though, feeling like that was maybe disingenuous because I have learned watching The Real Housewives of New York that if you are coming on, you really need to prepare yourself for Ramona because she is some mouse. And then I just want to say, I mean, well, season's already done filming, so I can't really give her the advice. She's already lived it, but the foolery of Ramona and Sonia, I'm sure will really get to her. Just saying. You know how they are. And now we go on to Sonia, and she's having a healer come to her townhouse. A healer. This lady has a something for everything. Like, she really has a somebody for and everything. You need somebody for something specific, she's got you. Sonia's got you. She knows exactly where to go. Like, I can't imagine what the rates for all this stuff is. That's all I'm gonna say. Is that has got to be pricey. So anyways, Sonia wants to get healed with everything that's going on in her life. But I just feel bad for her, like, assistant or the healer and the assistant. If you watch the show, you see them struggling up those townhouse stairs with all that luggage with them. Like, dang. Sonia could have at least came downstairs. All the flights of stairs that she has in that place. Come on, girl. You know, you could have at least done that for him. But Sonia's, looking to get healed. She's on the table and she's telling the healer, like, that she, had all this love with her husband and blah, blah, blah. Can I just ask, like, what do you guys think the reason is that she cannot let it go with that ex of hers? Because the whole time she's been on the show, which has been since, like, it has to be since, like, 2010? 2010, maybe? Anyways, the whole time that we have seen her, she's been divorced, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of it still. Like, I don't understand why she has not, like, moved on. Do you think she just like the lifestyle she had with them? Do you think she was truly, madly, deeply in love with them and her heart got, like, severely broken because of whatever happened between them? I say whatever happened because I don't know if I've ever gotten a clear indication of what really happened. So maybe me rewatching all of it will remind me of, maybe she's already mentioned before in previous seasons why it didn't work. But regardless, I just don't know why she still is, like, harping on her past marriage with him. But, maybe this healer can really help her to heal. Because as a viewer, I'm kind of hoping to see her, like, take those next steps to get over that. But just let me know what your thoughts are on the situation with her ex-husband. What do you think? What do you think of why she can't let that go? Share with me, share with me. Okay, so let's move on. I do want to see, like, last year, it seemed like Sonia was making progress with, sorry, that is so noisy, my bad. I'm trying to get my makeup out. But, anyways, I thought that Sonia was, like, actually pushing forward and, because she had rented out the townhouse last year and then she was in a new space. Like, I just really felt like things were getting better for her. But then seeing everything hit with COVID, I kind of get it. I get why she's taking those steps back. So that's all I gotta say. I see why. But I hope that she can move forward. So I'm really hoping that this healer can really help Sonia move in a better, more positive direction and get some healing, because I can just feel that she needs healing. Next we go to Leah, and they, like, flash to her and her daughter, and she's trying to figure out what to wear or no, she knows what she's gonna wear. She wanted to talk to her daughter about her Burning Man outfit for Ramona's party that she's gonna throw in the Hamptons for everybody. But I think that Leah's new apartment is really cute and swanky, and, like, it just seems so fresh to me for her, like, compared to her old one. And then they show her daughter Kier, and oh my gosh, I know that she's only been on for one season, so we only saw Kier last season, but she just has grown up. She looks like a little young lady now. She doesn't look like, quite as much like a little girl. Like you can tell that she's definitely growing into a young lady, young woman. But it's just crazy to see how much she grew. But then it's just, kids grow so fast. Anyways, now we're going back to Sonia, and I just really feel bad for her assistant, her intern, not her assistant. That's what it should be, is an assistant, but it's her intern. I just can't imagine what poor Zoe goes through on like a day-to-day basis working with Sonia. Sonia and Ramona are like basically the same person, so it's easy to get them confused. But poor Zoe. I don't know what Zoe goes through on a daily basis working with Sonia, but I can imagine like the things that she endures that we don't see on camera. And again, why do we think that? I mean, I still can't figure out why she needs all like interns. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand what they're gaining. Can one of Sonia's interns watch my videos and like just comment? Like, let me know what you do. You know, I'd be so happy to know what you gain from this internship. Just throwing that out there. Now, we are going to have a Hamptons trip thrown by Ramona at her Hamptons house that we have seen many seasons. And I swear, each season that we see it, she just does more and more improvements that look better and better. I really do like Ramona's Hampton house. You know who else's Hampton house I thought looked really nice was Jill Zarin's when she was on. I always thought that she had a really cool Hamptons house. But anyways, that's not the point. Jill is not on the show, even though I kind of wish she would come back. But that's, again, not the point of this video. So, we are going to have a trip to the Hamptons thrown by Ramona. Second episode in on the season, and I could not be happier. Like, normally I have to wait a while longer for a group get together, so I'm living for it to be so soon in the season. Thank you, Bravo. Thank you. I feel like you just did it just for my sole entertainment. And so we see Ramona like getting all of her stuff together for the event. And then they show which ladies are driving with which ladies, and I bet you guys will not be shocked to hear that Leah and Ebony are driving together up there. And then they got a car and all that stuff too. So, you know, you could just talk, get prepared. I feel like I would have to mentally prepare if I was on the show for going up, staying with Ramona and all those ladies. Who, brace yourself. They cray. Anyhow. And I think that when we get to see a little bit of Leah and Ebony in the car, and Leah's talking about like her grandmother that is not doing well, I think it's just like another moment where I think about like in 2002 or 2002. What year am I in? But anyways, I think that it was like a good reminder of how much I feel like 2020, even though it was such a train wreck of a year, I think that most of us really got to see how important quality time and family is, and just, you know, really appreciate the things that maybe most of us took for granted. So I just want to throw that out there. That if anything that we can take from 2020, I'd say that it was great to really see how much other people meant to you. But so we have Leah and Ebony driving together, and then of course that leaves Sonia and Lou driving together. And not only are they driving together, they're in a convertible Benz. Like, go on, Lou, show us what you're working with, Lou. So I thought that was pretty cool, that they were riding up there in such style. And it's always, I feel like, a race to see who's gonna get up to the place first. And this time it was Leah and Ebony. So they get there first. And Ramona is like cracking me up because she always is trying to look so much younger. Which, don't get me wrong, Ramona looks great for her age. I mean, she's in her 60s, and like, I mean, if I can look like that in my 60s, can I be 60 tomorrow? I mean, she looks great. However, that hairstyle, I know it was for the Burning Man thing. I just felt like she was trying so hard with that hairstyle. I was not feeling it. But anyhow, I gotta give it to her, because she was bringing it. I think that Ramona is like, the event that she's putting together is so beautiful. Like, the flowers were pretty, and like the decorations and everything. You could tell that she really enjoyed putting it together. And then she says something in front of Leah about, which, I mean, for most of us, or not Leah, in front of Ebony. Not Leah, Ebony. She says something in front of Ebony, because, like, you know, when she hires people for events, like different planners or companies or whatever, like, Ramona always refers to them as her help. And that really rubbed Ebony the wrong way, that she couldn't find a better term to use, especially this day and age. And all I can say is, like, I feel like that part really shows Ramona's age. And like the age gap between her and the other ladies right there is just little things like that, because the other ladies, like, don't do those sort of things. I mean, we've seen Ramona year after year and how she can be with people that work at resorts that they're staying at, and how she just, like, wants to put people to work for her. And it's so condescending, and just, I just don't think it's good. It's not a good look for Ramona when she does that. And time again, something's been said, but Ramona's Ramona. What can we really say? People, you know, hold her accountable, and she's Ramona. What can we say? Anyway, so I guess Heather Thompson, which she was in the cast, season 5 and 6 and 7, maybe even 8, till Bethany came back on, and her and Bethany did not jive well. But anyways, so I guess that she's going to join the wives for this get together up in the Hamptons. And Leah was kind of like taken aback, because she's like, really? After like her going on podcast and talking about Luann in the way that she did, like, she's coming here? You know, she just didn't think that Luann and Heather would be cool, which I gotta admit, I didn't think so either. I wouldn't think that Luann, just knowing how she is and how, like, low-key she likes to keep her private life and things that she does. When Heather did the podcast talking about the St. Bart's trip and what took place off camera, I would not have thought that Luann would want to talk to her again, because Luann doesn't like that kind of stuff out there about herself. But I guess that I was proved wrong, huh? Well, maybe. I don't know. We haven't seen. I guess I can't speak yet. Haven't seen the episode to know how it's going to transpire between Lou and Heather. But, so Leah already has like a bad taste in her mouth about it. And I've already seen a few articles that Heather kind of dips out of the season early because of issues with another person in the cast. And I'm pretty sure it's Leah that she's gonna get into it with, just by the comments I've read and articles that I've read. So yeah, so Heather is gonna be there, but I guess we'll see what really takes place between like her and Leah. Again, I can't even believe that she's gonna come there. I didn't think that Heather was like cool with all those ladies. I didn't know that Heather was still friends even with Ramona and stuff. You know, who knows? I don't know. It's not like I hang out with them. I just, after some of them leave the show, I just assume that most of them don't talk to each other again. So, yeah. Interested to see how this is all gonna play out, and just Heather's interactions with Leah and Ebony. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh. So then, you know, they're all talking outside. When I say they all, I mean Ramona, Leah, and Ebony are all outside talking. And you know how Ramona, we all know that Ramona hates surprises. I mean, it's commonly known that she does not like being thrown off guard. Although I think that she has been thrown off guard and surprised so many times at this point that she is getting harder to fool. And this was a good case in point of it, because Leah decides to mess with Ramona and she's like, oh yeah, let me tell you, I invited Elise, which Elise was the girl from last year that was like Ramona's friend, and then they got into it because the way that Elise was like acting towards Ramona. Yeah, it was last year. So anyways, and then Leah is really close with her sister Sarah. And last year it was like an issue for Ramona to have Sarah come to her house, and Leah just acted freaking nuttier than a squirrel with that. I'm pretty sure that's the night that she went crazy with the tiki torches. I'm really surprised that Ramona was ready to have them all back. But then again, Ramona had messed up Dorinda's house. And she tore wall sconces down. And like tore paper and stuff at Dorinda's. So I guess she's not exactly exempt from doing stuff like that. But anyway, so Leah decides to tell Ramona that like, oh yeah, I invited my sister here and Elise. And Ramona didn't even react. Like, I gotta give it to her. Girl did not even react, which is weird because we all know Ramona is the first one that we can get a reaction from. But we didn't. She kept it super calm, which I was pretty surprised about. So then Ramona is going and telling them that they can basically go to any room that they want. That she has no assigned rooms because she doesn't want that kind of a trip. Isn't that rich coming from Ramona's mouth? When she causes the most chaos with the group over like the room situation. Just saying. Her and Sonia both do that. So anyways, of course, Ramona does not care about where everybody is like, decides to go. And you know why? We all know why. Because she's at her own house. By the way, today I'm basically using like everything Wet and Wild, the SpongeBob collection that just came out not too long ago, because I'm gonna do an unboxing video of my ColourPop stuff that I just got, and I really want to use one of those palettes, but since I'm filming this first, I'm not able to use one of those palettes because I want to unbox it with you guys first before I use it. So I figured, you know what? I just recently got this SpongeBob collection from Wet n Wild that released. So I think I'm going to use like the sponges and basically the entire collection here. And yeah, so right now I'm using the Squidward sponge. Okay, back to Housewives. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm just one of those people where I like tell like 27 other stories before I get my full point across. Ooh, I got glitters down there. Oh well. Who doesn't need a little extra shimmery? Okay. Anyway, so she starts showing, Ramona starts showing the ladies around her house. And I gotta say, because again, like we kind of have seen the gradual change of this home over time. Because this is the same house that she's had since she first appeared on the Housewives. So, I love her master bathroom. Oh my gosh, I thought it was such a nice bathroom. I don't know if I could have something like that, because my kids would probably mess it up, which is probably why she got it when Avery was already moved out, because, you know, when you have kids, you just can't have nice stuff sometimes. So, that's how I feel about that. But her house I love that house. I'm glad that she kept it and that she did not lose it in her divorce. And then Luann is coming back, which, you know what? I didn't think much of it, but then when she got there, I'm like, oh yeah. She was put in the basement, or as she felt, the dungeon the last time. So I'm surprised that she's coming back, because we all know that Luann always wants to have the best room and the best, you know. So, yeah. I thought that was pretty crazy that she actually returned. And then, you know, of course, Ramona has to really kiss Luann's butt and let her have like the best room of the house. So she just feels like she just got upgraded. You know, last year she was in the dungeon, and now this year she's in the nicest room. You're really going places, Luann. You know, though, they have, I think they're the only ones that have been on since the first season. That's all we have now. Out of the OGs. And I thought there for a second we were going to lose Luann. I don't know if you guys felt that too there for a little bit, but I really thought that she was going to leave the show. But she didn't, thankfully. So, yep, she's back in a nice room this time, thank goodness. And I feel like Ramona really showed out with her outfits. Like, I cannot believe, I don't know. We know that she always tries to keep herself young. So, you know, I should have not been so shocked seeing it. But some of those outfits, I could not even believe that she was putting on. And then for her to settle for one with like pasties and stuff, like, is this not the same woman that got so upset about Alex McCord's like naked, or was it naked, or was she like in lingerie? Anyways, season 1 reunion, because Alex is pictures. Either they got leaked or her and Simon leaked them, you know, I can't remember. And with them, kind of hard telling because they wanted fame more than anybody I've ever seen on Housewives. This contouring thing, have I already told you guys? I'm like really enjoying it. My favorite YouTuber, Jamie French. I was watching one of her videos about she was talking about contouring, and she said that like before she did it, she never really thought much of it, but after doing it, like she feels weird to not do it. I'm starting to feel that way. As funny as it is, because I never thought I'd be into contouring, I'm starting to feel that way. If you haven't checked her out, you should. I love Jamie. She's funny. She got some good ones. But yeah, so I feel like Ramona like really showed out for these looks for the Burning Man party. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is so shimmery. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting it to be like that. Can you see? Oh my goodness. Holy cannoli. Whew. Look at that though. It's so cute. But I thought all the ladies looked great for the Burning Man party. They all really showed up and showed out, in my opinion. But the party was like, I saw that we see the setup during the day, but the party at night is even more pretty than what it is during the day. So now Ramona also brings a healer to this girls' night, this Burning Man party. And I mean, I just didn't know that healers were so popular right now in New York. Who knew? But anyway, I think that last year in general, everybody could use a healer. So Leah starts, I think she's the first one to talk about like how her grandma is basically like battling for her life, and she's really upset because that's like she was really close with her grandma and like another mom to her. So my heart goes out to her because I lost my like grandpa that I was super, super, super close with. I lost him. It'll be 11 years this December. So like I just don't ever wish that upon anybody after experiencing it myself. So my heart goes out to all of them, and especially like with the COVID restrictions and you can't even go and like visit your family member. Yeah, my heart really broke watching that part. This highlighter on my nose is like crazy. And I know that you guys might not be able to like notice it. Oh my gosh. It's just so shimmery. Okay. So yes, my heart goes out to anybody. And if you lost a person that you love during COVID and all that, like my heart goes out to you because I can't even imagine. It's already painful enough, let alone everything that was also going on last year with all the, you couldn't go visit people and social distancing and shutdowns. So my heart really goes out to anybody that lost somebody during the COVID pandemic. Not even the pandemic, just COVID in general. So yeah, I enjoyed hearing like the ladies speak on what they all want to heal from. I thought they all had some really deep feelings about what they want to move forward from, with the exception of, you guessed it, Ramona. There we go, chain that down. Whew. That was not good. That was, whew. That was very, very hot, lady. Okay, So, Ramona, though, I just kind of felt like the thing that she wants to heal from is just kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel like hers was genuine. Like, oh, you know, like basically just focusing on my true friends now that, you know, I'm by myself and Avery's out of the house and all that. Yeah, that's basically, hers was, I don't feel like it was as deep as what some of the other ladies, what they were sharing was. My favorite part. Just can't get enough. Just can't get enough. That's how I feel about highlighter and finishing spray. Just can't get enough. But yeah, did not feel like Ramona's healing that she wants is that sincere. But I feel that way like with Ramona a lot. I don't know. She's just Ramona. What can we say? I really hope that Luann and Leah can really stay strong and not drink, especially like Luann, because I know that she struggles the most, and with all of the legal drama and problems that she, you know, had. Speaking of which, because I'm thinking of Tom right now, because obviously she was fresh divorced from Tom, separated when she got the arrest in Florida. But I was watching, obviously, one of the first season episodes last night. And I don't remember which episode it is. I want to say it's episode 3 or episode 4. So, in that one, Ramona goes out with her friends. And who do you know comes, like, I know that, no, they did bring it up before, but I did kind of forget about it. And then I saw him there at the bar that her and her friends were at, and he was like hitting on them and talking to him. I was like, oh my gosh, there's Tom. He's just as bad as Harry freaking Dubin out there. I mean, I really think that there are no other men other than like the same 3 that these ladies are always sharing. That did not feel good. I just hit my elbow. Okay. So, oh wait, let me go back first. When the healer comes in, I forgot to even mention this, is that this is also, I don't feel like Ramona's was like that genuine. Like first, she was asking the healer like what they're supposed to heal from. Like, girl, she can't tell you what you're supposed to heal from. Like, you should already kind of know, like, yourself. Why would you, I don't know, it just seems so ridiculous to me that she was literally asking the healer, but what are we supposed to focus on to heal? Like, what are we supposed to be healing? I'm pretty sure that that's not like a just run-of-the-mill answer, just, here, let me just pop one out of a hat for you. This is what you should heal from, Ramona. Like, girl, you should already know the things that you're dealing with and experiencing that you need to heal from. What are we gonna do with her? She's something else, isn't she? All at the same time though, it would not be New York without Ramona. Then, when they were showing Sonia's part with the healer, I don't know. I just feel like that girl goes through more than what she even lets on. Like, from the time that she's been on the Housewives, like in the beginning, she came on like so fabulous and she threw parties and was just happy-go-lucky and, you know, bubblegum, pink life. Not that she wore a lot of pink, but like, it just, you know, she just came off as like that happy-go-lucky kind of person. Apparently, when I think of happy-go-lucky people, I think of pink bubblegum. Interesting. But I just feel like she goes through so much more than she ever lets on. And there's just such deep wounds and trauma from her past. And I feel like everybody has their own set of trauma. To what degree is your trauma? You know, that just depends on the person and their experiences. I feel like everybody, though, has some sort of thing that they're recovering from, no matter if it seems more minor to you, that's so major to that person, you know? So don't ever minimize those kind of feelings. Because, like, looking at Sonia, you know, she was married to a Morgan, you know. Those people, like, basically invented money. I mean, I know that's not exactly the case, but you get what I mean. So she, you know, came into a great opulent lifestyle compared to probably what she ever had in upstate New York growing up. But I just feel like even though she has a lot of access to things, that she still goes through her fair share. You know, clearly the marriage falling apart is something that she really has not healed from and dealt with. Poor Sonia. I look at her and she just seems like so neurotic to me, and just so, in one sense it's like she's carefree, but in another sense she's like tightly wound and neurotic and just so full of like sadness. And I just hope the best for her. I really hope she gets out of the townhouse. Because part of me feels like her being out of that place would probably make a lot of her life feel better. And it looks like a huge place just for her. I mean, that can't be very cozy. You know, just have a big empty house and just you. Oh, so then the healer, like, basically is like, okay, so now it's time for you guys to, like, let out all your feelings, whatever emotions that you have, just let it out. And they are sitting there, and Leah goes, I just want to scream. She was like, okay, scream, like, let it out. And I'm sitting here thinking about, like, what are Ramona's neighbors thinking? Granted, her neighbors are probably a lot further than what mine are. But still, I was like wondering if they could hear all that screaming, and if maybe some of them were concerned enough to call the cops, or if they were just like, Ramona's throwing another party again. It's just another Friday night or Saturday night or whatever, you know, whatever. But I thought about that. Like, I wonder what her neighbors think of all this screaming going on. So the healer leaves. And obviously it's just the wives that are all just hanging out. And Leah notices that Ebony, you know, got up and walked away and hadn't been back. And she goes to go and find her. Now, how I'm about to talk about this, please just, like, understand where I'm coming from for a moment. And listen to me with an open mind with this, okay? So, she goes to find Ebony, and Ebony clearly, like, I mean, this would be over. If I was new to the group, I think I would feel so overwhelmed, because they seem like a very intense group. I mean, they are intense. They don't seem that way. They're an intense group, especially with the dynamic in general between Sonia, Ramona, and Lou. I mean, they've all been doing this for so long. There's like a whole different bond there. And to come into that, I feel would be very intimidating, no matter how educated you are, how rich you are, how funny and silly you are. Like, just no matter what, I think that no matter what, it would be tough to come into a group such as theirs as a newbie. Don't know if I could. I don't know. I'm a pretty strong person. I don't know if I could even would even want to take that on. So she, you know, basically tells Leah, like, she's overwhelmed. But there's one thing that I just did not feel like sat well with me. And again, I feel like if it was flipped, it would not have gone over well. So that's why I'm saying it, and I'm bringing attention to it. But you know, I get that the ladies are intense and all that, but I don't know why we have to bring race into it by saying, well, I don't fool around with white women like this normally, or to some degree like that. Let me just say, I feel that if Ramona or Sonia or Leah, well, you know, Leah, that's Leah's friend, but if one of the other girls said that about Ebony, like, oh, I don't really fool with black girls like this, it would not have gone over well. It wouldn't. She should have just said, she could have just said, like, I don't fool with crazy women like this. Because that, yeah. Because I'm white and I don't act like that. And I know that us white girls do not want to have Ramona and Sonia being the representation of all of us. Because, let me tell you, I wouldn't fool with girls like that. Don't care about the color of their skin. I don't care about their culture, their race. None of it. Who they are as a person, that's probably why I wouldn't fool with them. Do I watch them for entertainment purposes? Heck yeah, I do. Heck yeah. But I probably would not hang out with Sonia or Ramona just because of how they carry themselves. Maybe Sonia on her own, but them together, I don't think I could handle it. So that's the only thing I really disagree with Ebony on, was just her choice of saying it like that. Like, because I feel like it would not have been okay if one of the white women would have said that about a black woman, or, you know, however the situation would go. If anybody would say that about, you know, use somebody's race basically within those contexts, I feel like I just don't agree with. So that's all I'm saying. So bear with me on that. That was the end of the episode, though. That's how it ended. It ended with us just kind of seeing that Ebony had enough of the overwhelming girls trip and needed to retreat, and Leah was trying to figure out, like, if she was okay and all that. So that's how the episode ended. I'm gonna have to wait till the next one to find out what goes on more. But that was it for this video. Here's my look. Do you like it? I know I'm always straightening my hair, but I really just don't like fooling with it all that much because it can be a pain in the butt with me. I'm gonna do another video, I think tomorrow. I'm gonna do my ColourPop video. I'm gonna do a video of me unboxing all the ColourPop orders that I have stacked up. So I'm gonna do that, and I guess I'll just see you guys later. I hope you all hope you all are doing well, and just enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.